Let me ask you something. Imagine you're in the grocery line and the person you're talking to turns blue and pitches over. Would you know what to do? Imagine standing in the grocery line and somebody walks up and punches you in the face. What would you do? Imagine somebody walking up to you in the grocery line and saying, "Would you hear my confession?" What would you do? Now, people who do important and dangerous things for a living, people who fight fires and fight wars and arrest bad guys and work on ambulances or fly airplanes, they'll all tell you the same thing. Nobody rises to the occasion. We fall to the level of our training. And we need to have that training so deeply ingrained that in times of being startled, surprised, pained, we just get down to work. Can you do that? Let me ask you something else now. What does your parish do? What does your parish prepare you for? Well, let me give you an example of what the options are. In the time of our Lord in Jerusalem, there were these Roman coins, and on one side of the coin it had an ox, and in front of the ox was an altar and a plow, and it had the Latin words for ready for either. In other words, the ox was completely ready to be offered on the altar of sacrifice, give its life all at once, or to be put into a lifetime of service, being harnessed to the plow. What has this got to do with us? Well, in Christian tradition, there's red martyrdom and white martyrdom. Red martyrdom is recognizing the shedding of blood, that your entire life is poured out for God in an instant. And on the other hand, there's the white martyrdom, the giving of your life not all at once, but slowly, drop by drop, day by day, in service and in duty. Now, given that it's not impossible to be called to a red martyrdom, we see that more and more these days, sadly, and given that it is a fact that everyone is called to the daily duty of a white martyrdom, doing the right thing the right way for the right reason according to our state in life. That is what we are called upon to do. Does your parish help you do that? Well, based on what I hear from priests around the countries and what I hear from parishioners around the country, I'm going to guess no. I think instead, your parish is likely to be a branch of St. Typicals populated by the Typicalians. And there, the primary motive for showing up for Sunday Mass on either Sunday or Saturday is CYA. That's right, cover your apocalypse. It's anti-hell insurance. By the way that people behave before, during, and after Mass, drag themselves getting there, looking miserable and bored during Mass, and skedaddling at the very first opportunity. The only reason for them to be there is not because they're overcome with paschal joy or they want to make a glad return for all the Lord has done for them or because they know that they are loved sinners. No. They want anti-hell insurance, and somehow they've come to believe that that subscription of anti-hell insurance, it has to be renewed weekly. So here's the deal. Number one, it doesn't take very long. That's a deal breaker if it takes long. If it takes more than 59 minutes, there's going to be complaints. Number two, there's an orderly distribution of the liturgical proof of purchase, the liturgical participation trophy, or as the children of the Typicalians say, the thing, the sacred host, Holy Communion. And then you put a couple bucks in God's tip jar to keep the lights on. The parking lot clears out, lather, rinse, repeat. We repeat the cycle 2, 3, 4 times, whatever, depending on the size of the parish, and we're all done. You can forget about God for the entire week. You haven't been taught anything. Nothing has been asked of you. Nothing has been demanded of you. And if perchance you die that week, God owes you heaven because you had your anti-hell insurance for the week all paid up. Not prepared for a red martyrdom, not prepared for a white martyrdom, but prepared to live an illusion. that we can keep God safely in the worship box for a week at a time, call upon Him to perform like a trained seal, and then put Him away, and we're done with Him until next time. That's not how saints are made. That's not how heroes are made. And we need heroes, and everyone is obliged to be a saint. T.S. Eliot said it is impossible to build a system where it is no longer necessary for anyone to become good. My fear, my very great fear, is that we've set up a parish system, the parish system of St. Typicals, where no one needs to be holy. Such a system can't last, and it doesn't deserve to. Think on these things today, take them to prayer, and talk about it with those you love. Go in peace, and please do pray for me, for I am a sinner. Thanks for watching today. I release new videos on Mondays and Wednesdays. Check out the archives for more videos. You can listen to my podcast at stationofthecross.com, and you can find my written work at heraldofthegospel.org. See you next time.